Hi everyone, I'm Bear Peterson. Yes, I am Bear Peterson. As we tape this, it's Halloween 2013, and I was dressed as Spock for a party before coming to the studio. Now that you understand, let's start again. I'm Bear Peterson, Mayor of Franklin Park, and this is Franklin Park Volume 6. If you'll recall, in Volume 1, we explained this effort to use public access cable television to improve communication between Village Hall and the folks in Franklin Park. Today, along those lines, we would like you to join us for the inauguration ceremonies held May 6, 2013, following the 2013 election in which I was honored by the residents of Franklin Park to be elected to a second term. Of course, we understand not everyone can attend the ceremonies in person, so we thought it would be a good idea to tape some of it to give more people a chance to see their newly elected leaders sworn into office. That's right, I said leaders. I wasn't the only one elected, and in this program, you will see newly re-elected Village Clerk Tommy Thompson, newly re-elected Trustees John C. Johnson, and newly elected Karen Special and Andy Ibarra take their oath of office. Before we get to the oaths, let's take a moment to watch us welcoming folks to the ceremony in Franklin Park's lovely center at North Park. When everyone was seated, the oaths of office conducted by Judge Terry Gallagher began, starting with Clerk-elect Tommy Thompson.
I state your name.
I, Tommy Thompson,
Having been elected to the office of Village Clerk
having been elected to the office of Village Clerk
in the Village of Franklin Park,
in the Village of Franklin Park,
in the County of Cook aforesaid,
in the County of Cook aforesaid,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Village Clerk,
and I will faithfully discharge the
duties of the office,
duties of the office of Village Clerk
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Then it was Trustee-elect John C. Johnson's turn.
I, please state your name.
I, John C. Johnson,
Having been elected to the office of Village Trustee
having been elected to the office of Village Trustee
in the Village of Franklin Park,
in the Village of Franklin Park,
in the County of Cook aforesaid,
in the County of Cook aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of Village Trustee
I will faithfully discharge the duties of the Village of Trustee of Franklin Park
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Then Karen Special.
Are we ready? I, please state your name.
I, Karen Special,
Having been elected to the office of Village Trustee
having been elected to the office of Village Trustee
in the Village of Franklin Park,
in the Village of Franklin Park,
in the County of Cook aforesaid,
in the County of Cook aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of village trustee
of the office of village trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
And then the audience watched trustee-elect Andy Ibarra take his oath.
State your name.
I, Andy Ibarra,
Having been elected to the office of village trustee
having been elected to the office of village trustee
in the village of Franklin Park,
in the village of Franklin Park,
in the county of Cook aforesaid,
in the county of Cook aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of village trustee
of the office of village trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Finally, it was my turn, and I enjoyed the special privilege of being sworn in by my good friend, Chief Judge Tim Evans.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here with all of you, and certainly I'm pleased to see my relatively new colleague performing his duties and doing such a great job. Another hand for the great Judge Terry Gallagher. And of course, it's a pleasure to be here with all of you. I know about this community. I know about your leadership. And I know about the commitment to fairness and justice that reigns supreme in this area, particularly keeping people safe, embracing economic circumstances and city services. And I'm thrilled to be here on this magnificent occasion. And now I'll ask your leader and my friend to raise his right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Barrett Peterson,
having been elected to the office of president
having been elected to the office of President
in the village of Franklin Park
in the village of Franklin Park,
in the county of Cook aforesaid,
in the county of Cook aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties of the office of
President
President
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, you are duly installed.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you.
Thanks for being a part of this. We appreciate it. Let's turn over this way and get a picture. I've known Judge Evans for a long time, and he's a fine man, and I was honored to be sworn in by him. As the re-elected mayor of Franklin Park, it was a privilege to be able to say a few words. Thank you, Chief Judge Tim Evans, Judge Gallagher, Father Eric, Reverend Kelly, and my good friend Ed McElroy. I also want to thank our Boy Scouts and the American Legion for presenting the colors this evening and for being such an important part of our community. Thank you all for being here this evening and sharing this ceremony with all of our friends, family, and neighbors. I want to take a moment to thank my wife Jessica and our two boys Dylan and Graham. They were very patient and supportive throughout a long campaign. I chose to enter politics and public service, and that means I chose to undergo the rigors of a campaign. They did not make that choice, but all of our families sacrifice so that all of us may serve. Thank you. I want to congratulate Tommy Thompson, our re-elected clerk, and all the newly elected trustees, John Johnson, Karen Special, and Andy Ibarra. I believe we all share the same goal, making Franklin Park the best it can be. I want to thank all the residents of Franklin Park who supported our slate, who supported our record of accomplishment, and who showed faith in our vision for the future. We take your vote as a sacred trust, and we pledge to fulfill that trust to the best of our abilities. There are no politics in our agenda. We are one village, and I extend my hand to work with everyone throughout Franklin Park and throughout the region to accomplish the goals of our citizens. This is my home. I was born and raised in Franklin Park. My wife Jessica and I chose to live in Franklin Park and raise our two sons here. I've been honored and humbled to serve as your village president for the last 4 years, and I've been honored to work with the members of our community to make Franklin Park a great place to raise our families as well as an ideal location to start a business. It is only by working together that we will succeed. 2 weeks ago, during the severe flooding, we saw neighbors coming together to help each other in some of the most trying of circumstances. We saw many of our employees work around the clock to help safeguard our families and our neighborhoods. We saw people put the welfare and the safety of our community first. We worked together to rescue, to recover, and to clean up. There were no politics in our recovery efforts. We had no differences. No one was asked what church you attended, what your background is, what your school you went to, who you voted for. We came together as one community to protect our families, to protect our homes. Franklin Park is home to all of us. We must work together in the very same way every day to move our village forward and to fulfill our vision of progress, prosperity, and opportunity for everyone in town. Campaigns come and go. Politicians come and go. But our home and the hopes and aspirations we have for our future and our children's futures remain constant. The campaign is over. The work must begin. I know that the members of this board will all work together to fulfill the trust we have been given. I know this board looks forward to working with everyone in the community to fulfill our promise. I was elected to be the village president for all of the residents of Franklin Park, so no matter how you voted, I am your servant, and I will work with you all to confront our challenges and advance our opportunities. Like many towns, Franklin Park has seen ups and downs. We believe we have overcome many of those obstacles in the last 4 years. There will be challenges ahead, but with your support and the commitment of the board and the hard work of our staff, we will continue to move forward. We stand united and committed to giving Franklin Park the most accountable, effective, and responsive and open village government possible. We are committed to continuing to run the most cost-effective government while offering the highest quality of services. We are committed to maintaining and enhancing our quality of life for all citizens and for all ages. We are committed to weigh every decision with respect for the taxpayer. We're committed to honoring the heart and soul of our town, of our home. The people of Franklin Park deserve nothing less. Again, on behalf of the village board, the trustees, the clerk, we are honored to serve this great village, our home, and we stand ready for the work ahead. Thank you, and may God continue to bless Franklin Park. And now, with the work of the evening concluded, Reverend Kelly Beard had a few words of inspiration as we begin our terms in office.
All right, let us pray. Gracious and eternal God, as we close this swearing in of our mayor and trustees, we ask for your blessing as we seek to become citizens of the beloved community, loving you and loving our neighbors as ourselves. Humble our hearts as we seek to serve the people in this community and build upon your goodness in this great city. I ask especially for your blessing to be upon Barrett, Tommy, John, Andy, Karen, Randy, Cheryl, and Bill. Fill them with a sense of duty, justice, and responsibility as they serve the village of Franklin Park. Endow their hearts with compassion and your spirit of wisdom so that peace and prosperity may prevail, especially for those most in need. And where there remains division, O Lord, may we sow seeds of understanding, cooperation, and unity. Mr. Mayor and village trustees, may God bless you all of your days. We ask this in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And now, I don't know how I could have forgotten this. Well, watch.
Welcome.
There was one other thing that we forgot.
Yeah, I see it back here.
Jessica, would you step up here for a minute?
You put up with a lot. You all know how much I put up with.
My family refers to her as Saint Jessica. My wife and family are very special to me. Unlike other careers, being a mayor never stops, and while I love my work, it can be very hard on the families of those who choose to serve. Now that concludes the 2013 inauguration ceremonies. In the next couple of volumes of Franklin Park, you will see the ribbon cutting ceremony, opening the new police station, and a presentation about the increasing water bills. Let's take a moment to take a peek, starting with the sweetest of moments, when Alexis Konwinski, the daughter of Franklin Park's Criminal Investigations Commander, Michael Konwinski, opened the new police station ribbon cutting ceremony singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's lights gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It was a wonderful beginning of the event, opening a new state-of-the-art police station. Let's take a further look.
On behalf of the men and women of the Franklin Park Police Department, we would like to thank the residents and businesses for supporting this new facility. Thanks to the leadership and vision of our mayor, Bear Peterson, trustees John Johnson, Cheryl McLean, Randy Peterson, Bill Rule, Tom Brimmy, Rose Rodriguez, Karen Special, and Andy Ibarra, we will cut the ribbon on one of the most modern, efficient, and sustainable public safety facilities in the nation. This project began in late 2009, and today we have a state-of-the-art 36,000 square foot station with a firing range, a modernized lockup facility, evidence work area, and more than enough storage for evidence and property. We also have a meeting room, a fitness room, and a covered parking area. And these are just a few of the innovations and facilities that will make this station safer and healthier for our officers and of our greater service to our community. This station was built with three objectives: openness, functionality, and longevity. Three of Franklin Park's very own manufacturing companies provided their product to our facility: Sloan Valve Company, Life Fitness, and Just Manufacturing. The building was designed with input from several members of the police department, our village engineers, and our information technology staff. It was drafted with the architectural firm of FGM. Construction on this project was overseen by the management team of MTI Construction. Brian Wright, if you could step up and give a few words.
Thank you, Chief. It's a great honor for us to have designed this building. I think the success of any project really depends on the team, and we really had a great team, starting with the trustees and Mayor Peterson, really setting the tone for a very sustainable building. This building is currently seeking LEED Silver certification, which speaks volumes to the dedication and commitment of the Village of Franklin Park to sustainability. And as far as the team, we had a great partner in MTI. Of course, the police staff with Chief Witz, Phil Rush, Mike Nowicki, Bob Wright, Dennis Wagner, Ron Heller, as well as the village engineers. We just had a great team, And as you walk through the building, you will see some elements that the chief mentioned, such as high-efficiency lighting, high-efficiency HVAC systems. The parking lot that you're standing on is a porous concrete, which percolates water into our bioswales and ultimately into our detention pond over here, which is decreasing the flooding in the area, as well as water reclamation in the roof and on the side of the building to decrease water dependency on other sources. So it's a very high level of sustainability, and again, a great honor for us to be part of the team. Thank you again.
In addition to the opening of Franklin Park's new police station, in coming volumes we will show you a presentation explaining water bill increases.
People and fewer businesses paying for the same pipe system. If someone moved out of Franklin Park and moved to Aurora, they did not take a mile and a half of water main with them when they went. That mile and a half of water main is still here, but there's one less person paying for maintenance of that system. And that's certainly the case for the city of Chicago and many of the other communities that are on Lake Michigan water. Many of them lost population. It moved to the west and to the south to communities that are on groundwater, and that's just the reality of our situation. The state has that amount of water that it can use. That is governed by the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. They have a process by which communities can request an allocation of Lake Michigan water. Chicago pumps the majority of the region's Lake Michigan water and then sells it to its neighbors, and they often then sell it to their neighbors, and then they sell it to their neighbors, and then at least one sells it to a fifth neighbor, right? The furthest community from the lakefront that uses Lake Michigan water is Plainfield, which is on the border of Will and Kendall counties. It's something like 70 miles from the lakefront. And in Plainfield and Bolingbrook and places like that that are multiple steps away from the lake, their water rate, just the water supply rate in Bolingbrook, I think is $16 per 1,000 gallons, which is 4 or 5 times as much as it is in the city of Chicago. That's because Chicago sells to one community, they sell to another, they sell to another, they sell to another, and in the process of that, there are additional costs that come into play, and so the price of the water increases. Chicago, the city of Chicago is not the only unit of government that pumps water and sells it to its neighbors. Evanston, Kenilworth, Waukegan, everybody on the lake shore north of Chicago also pumps water directly. Some of them don't sell it to any neighboring communities, but a handful do. Evanston, Highland Park, Zion, they all sell water to western neighbors. And the same situation that we have in Franklin Park, where Chicago sells water to Franklin Park and there's a markup then when Franklin Park sells it to you, that happens with those communities. There are a handful of communities south of Chicago, I think there are 10 right now of those southern suburbs, that actually buy water from Hammond, Indiana. It is still Lake Michigan water. It still counts in the total amount of water that Illinois can withdraw from Lake Michigan, but it's actually pumped by a treatment plant in Indiana and then comes across the state border. Pretty much every water utility, every community, every municipality in northeastern Illinois has its own water utility. There are very few instances where multiple municipalities have the same water district. It's a little bit different than, say, school districts or park districts or fire or police, where you might have a single service that is covering multiple units of government. By and large, in northeastern Illinois, every water utility is a separate unit embedded in the municipal government. And we have very, very few communities with a private water utility like Illinois American Water or Aqua America. That's the very basics on how the water supply management system in northeastern Illinois works. Okay, so I don't know if your bill monthly, quarterly, bi-monthly, monthly. All right, so every month you get a bill in your mail for water and sewer. When that bill comes, what are you actually paying for? Any thoughts? What does this money go towards? Yes, sir. Criminals. Okay. Sanitation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
According to the financial statements, 25% is for administration.
Yep.
5% is for repairs and maintenance.
Yep.
And the other 50% is for purchase.
Okay, good. So the purchase of water is from the Chicago, and then Chicago uses it for administration, treatment of the water, fixing pipes, fixing pumps, installing meters, so on and so forth. The water itself actually has no cost. At no point are we paying for the water.
I'm sure everyone will be interested in that one, but we're almost out of time for Volume 6, and we just taped a piece welcoming a new location for a business in Franklin Park, and we're always happy about businesses investing more in Franklin Park. This one is a dental center located at 3535 Rose, just across from East Leyden High School. Let's chat with our newly relocated neighbor. Hello and welcome to Franklin Park. I wanted to introduce John Johnson on my right, who's a village trustee Karen Special on my left, and behind me is Ken Kohler. He's president of the Chamber of Commerce. We're here to welcome a new business to Franklin Park. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Montrose Dental Center here in Franklin Park. My name is Barrett Peterson. I'm the mayor, and I'm standing next to Dr. Vivit. Dr. Vivit, thank you so much for investing $85,000 into this new location. Dr. Vivit is not new to Franklin Park. In fact, his family has had a practice here of some sort or another in the health profession for about 42 years, and we're very pleased that he decided to stay in Franklin Park and invest so much money in this location right across from East Leyden on 25th. Dr. Vivit, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you very much, Mayor. It's a pleasure, staying here in Franklin Park. I thank you, everybody, for coming. This is a great time for me. Thank you for this ribbon cutting ceremony. Like the mayor said, I've been here for 40-some years. Well, not myself, but my father. And I decided to take up dentistry, and I didn't want to really compete with him. So we kind of worked side by side for a while, and he kind of retired from private practice, and I worked there for myself for a little bit. And I decided, it's time for me to make a move, and I decided to move on down on the main street here, and I, wanted to build this wonderful office. And thank you again, all of you, for being present for this great occasion.
You're welcome, Dr. Vivit. We appreciate you being here. And we know that his father, who practiced general medicine here in Franklin Park for many years, Dr. Vivit, is actually on his way to the Philippines, or left last Friday, to help out in the relief there after the typhoon. So we're glad that folks like your father are pitching in and helping and showing the world that we are all in this together, and hopefully things turn out well there. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you very much.
And now, the all-important ceremonial ribbon cutting. Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3, go.
All right.
All right, we're
Never stick your finger in this.
Yeah.
It's always exciting to see new business investment take root and grow, and I think you'll like Dr. Vivit. There's more, but we're completely out of time. My name is Barrett Peterson, and you've been watching Franklin Park Volume 6. Thanks for joining us. Oh yes, live long and prosper.